Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel then obviously welcome for stumbling across it. Today I'm going to be doing the annual totem readings for the month of October, and this month I'm just going to do it a little bit different because as you know I try and add some little alternatives to my readings. So for the animal spirit totem for October, guys, I purchased, going back 22 years ago now, a set of runes. It used to be a sort of book club thing that used to run years ago called Mind, Spirit and Body, and I used to purchase something once a month from there. So I've had these runes for 22 years, worked with them for quite a bit, going back sort of 10, 12 years ago, and then I just put them away. And I actually got them out the other day and I thought, you know, I'm going to start using the runes again, because runes have been going since 100 AD and they have got magical properties to them. They were sort of the Viking alphabet, but that sort of transpired going through the centuries. But what I will do is I will drop a link below so you can sort of have a read about the history of runes. Yeah, so I am going to be working with those today. So I just wanted, as I said, just to do a little bit of a different kind of spin on it. So yeah, so we're going to be looking at the animal tarot for October and with the additional of the runes. So guys, what I'm going to do then is read the animal spirit totem for the month of October, and the cards that I'm going to be using for this are the Spirit Animal Oracle and the Enchanted Map, and both decks are by Colette Baron, Reid, and I will put the card details in the description box below. What I'm going to be doing now is reading for my lovely Taurians. So without further ado, I'll just start giving the cards a shuffle and we'll have a look, guys, at what animal spirit card we have for you going into the month of October for my lovely Taurians. So I'm going to have that one there. So Taurus, the animal spirit card going in with you for the month of October, we have the moth spirit. Okay, so I'm just going to give these other cards a shuffle now to see why that is for the moth. So I'll just give these a quick shuffle. So why have, oh, that wanted to jump out, so actually those two did, so I do need two, so I'm going to have those that have flown out, guys. So we have dry desert and come together. Right then, so with the with the moth spirit, guys, Taurus, coming out, I do feel straight away here that because of the moth spirit coming in at the start of the month, this is all to do, I'm picking up with a relationship here, because obviously with the dry desert card coming out with it, I just feel that this is issues around a relationship, and I do feel that when I look at my previous readings, my monthly readings for you guys, Taurus, there has been quite a few relationship sort of scenarios going on around you, but on this one I just feel that the moth spirit here, because of all the red around it, there's been issues here, guys, that again have been affecting you, to do with a romantic link here. With the dry desert, and obviously with the person here showing, you know, walking across a barren desert. Well, it's not totally barren because obviously we've got the cactus plants here, but I just feel you're sort of taking an account of your actual love life, because I feel that there's some Taurians here who have been single now for quite some time, okay, and it's like they've got this fear, some of my Taurians, sorry, they've got this fear of wanting to commit to a relationship. They're quite happy to sort of, you know, have a relationship on a casual basis, and not feeling that, you know, having that total commitment where they've sort of got to be at beck and call. They don't like to be controlled, Taurians don't. But I do feel with the moth spirit coming in, guys, you're in, you know, you've felt quite fragile over the last month previously, you know, looking in August and September, with just the way relationships have been, you know, working around you anyway. And it's like this, I think it's like a fear with some of the Taurians, like I said, they have this fear of a full commitment, you know, that full, all singing and dancing, total bond with the relationship. And I think it's because, guys, in the past, some of my Taurians have, you know, been in relationships, could be long-standing relationships, and then they've sort of, you know, split up from a long relationship, you know, say been in a relationship, say, for 2 to 3 years, and then the Taurians have come out of that, and since that, you know, that breakup, you know, that obviously affected you emotionally, it's like having this fear, if I can say, there's like a slight little bit of fear of you know, actually committing now, you know, to another relationship. And like I say, I do feel Taurians, you know, have had liaisons and have met people, you know, that they could have well been compatible with, but there's always this aspect of, if we go with the moth spirit, like you're actually drawn to the flame. Okay, you see somebody, so you're like, you know, you're actually drawn to the flame like a moth is, and then it's like you're cautious because you're frightened of getting burnt. Okay, this is the cycle. I feel that some of my Taurians, obviously it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I just feel some of the people that I'm, you know, trying to get a message to here, this is how, you know, it's been. You know, you've been attracted, the moth goes to the flame, but it doesn't get too close because it's frightened of getting burnt. But because of this repetitive cycle, guys, that I feel some of you Taurians have been in, you know, then you get this dry desert syndrome. Okay, you get this dry desert syndrome of, you know, just feeling that your love life is a barren area. Okay, but I do feel, guys, coming in as we go into October, because the way I look at these cards, this is like the first week going into the month, this is the second week, and this is the third week, and then obviously I'll draw another animal spirit card at the end for the you know, what you'll be going out with. But I do feel, guys, for some of my Taurians here, that you're actually there's this scenario again where I do feel that you have, you know, had contact with somebody, you know, you sort of got feelings there for somebody, okay, and it's sort of you're venturing now again over this dry, barren desert that you've created yourself, okay. But having the cactus here, right, that's like there's a growth here. There's an actual there's actually growth here in the love area, okay. And with the card of come together, okay, this is the card come together here. I do feel there is a love aspect around some more Taurians in the month of October, and as we go into the third week then, guys, you know, you're feeling all these you're feeling all these repeated cycles of, you know, I feel a connection with this person, you know, we've got the contact again with, I've got the contact again here with somebody, but then this is, I feel like this is you here, like the pelican brief. The pelican brief here, basically, you know, this is you, okay, with these repeated cycles in your head, right, in your head, sort of looking down on the relationship aspect again, and it's like saying to yourself, you know, can I take this any further, you know, than what I'm, it's the fear factor. I just feel it's this fear factor. Yeah, we've got the uniting of two people, you know, the sense of, you know, the feelings and the attraction and the chemistry's there, but then this is you here, sitting, you know, and at the top of the thought process of, you know, do I take this to the next stage, okay? And it's like you take yourself out, and it's not like observing really. But this is a cycle, guys, that the Taurians, because when you look at my the chakra read that I did for the autumn, that covers August, September. No, it was September, October, November, sorry. If you look at the chakra read I did, and you look at the previous 2 monthly reads I did for Taurus, there is this element of relationships. But I do just feel, again, you're coming in with this repeated cycle of the moth being drawn to the flame, not wanting to get too close, doesn't want to get burnt, and then comes back. And then you find yourself again in this dry desert, this dry, barren desert where, you think to yourself, it's a desert that you created yourself, guys. It's a desert that you've created yourself because, with the cactus there is opportunities, okay? There is opportunities coming in, but like I say, it's just this self-analysation because of what's happened previous to you. Okay, so it's just a fear. So I'm going to shuffle the cards again, guys. Excuse me. Just to see what animal spirit card we have then coming out for you at the end of the month. So we have the wombat spirit, be at home. So this here really, to me, symbolises that if you can see here, it's like coming out of a tunnel, really, and coming into the actual the light, because I do feel some of my Taurians do suffer a little bit with, like I say, because of the past hurts that my Taurians have had in relationships. You have been in the dark place, but because I do feel there is a connection here with somebody, guys, in October, that I do think for the first time for a very long time you've got the confidence to go forward with this, okay? And you'll feel more settled, and I just feel that because you've been in this state of this dry desert state for so long, okay, you're actually going to take come out of the dark tunnel, the dark cycle, the repeated cycle that you've been going through, and you're actually going to take those steps and come out into the light, come out into embracing this relationship where I do feel there is a very strong connection here, but you've just got to try and remove this pelican element, okay? This gullible kind of the gullible for yourself, really, like I say, but coming out in the month of October at the very end, you are going to be coming out of your darkness, out of this dry desert state. And the fear factor, again, as I mentioned before, guys, this fear factor that you have, what do I want to say? The fear factor of trusting that you can be in a relationship with somebody. That's what I want to say. I think I want to get my words out right to put it across to you. So that's what I'm picking up straight away, because that was more or less what jumped out at me. But on the collective side, for the non-romantic element here, then I do feel that with the moth spirit coming in for the collective, then I just feel that there's an area within your life, guys, that needs addressing at the moment, because with the red, it's the red that it's a red flag to me, that there's areas here, and I do feel that this could be to do with having the dry desert, okay? I might be picking up with some of my Taurians here who have been trying to get pregnant, okay, and coming in with the moth spirit then, because obviously moths are very fragile creatures, wings are very fragile, and having the dry desert here with the female aspect in there, I do feel that this is coming in October saying that with the red area here, okay, this is consuming somebody's emotions here who's desperately trying to get pregnant, okay, and you know, with the dry desert, then obviously this is just reflecting that I do feel that you know, you have been trying for some time, okay, you've been trying for some time, and you know, you just feel lost to the point of, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening? Okay, but again, what this can be is, and I've heard stories of this before, where some people can try too hard. Okay, that might sound a little bit silly, but the universe will, you know, the universe to me is like a time clock. Okay, a massive clock that the universe is for us, and it will only allow certain, you know, allow whatever's planned out for us, guys, whether that's, you know, having children, you know, work, everything. It's all divine timing. And sometimes we can be too obsessive, you know, in trying too hard on certain things in life. And I know of somebody that I listened to actually on YouTube, and they, I think it was one of the tarot card readers, Bernstein. I think I've got a deck of her cards. Her first name, it's just slipped my memory, but so obviously the cards, she created, you know, she's a very successful business lady, and like I say, I have got a deck of her cards, but her first name just has gone past my memory, but her surname was Bernstein. But she was, you know, to the dot, she was saying that she was going to plan plan to get pregnant. She was going to do this in part of her life. She was going to write a book. She was going to bring out another deck of cards, and she got all this, you know, it was like planned like a business. Yeah, I'm going to get pregnant. I'm going to get this, and it didn't happen, guys. She was planning to get pregnant around, I think it was the Christmas time of one year, and like then it went round a complete 12 months, and she still wasn't pregnant, and she had a friend of hers stay over, she was saying, on the New Year's Eve, and they actually turned round to them and said, look, you know, you've got to let this go, let that wanting, that so desperately wanting, and the need, okay, for her to, you know, so desperately wanting to have a child. They said, you've got to let that thought go and just go on with your day to day, okay. And lo and behold, when she dropped the full focus of trying to get something manifested, it actually happened, okay? It actually happened. And she actually said, you know, it was the universe saying, don't try too hard. And this is what I'm getting with the moth spirit, going around the houses, sorry, a little bit there. But with the moth spirit, it's a danger, it's a red flag, guys, for those who are trying so hard to start a family. It's just saying, just try and stop the desperational thoughts, actions. Obviously there's got to be actions to get pregnant. I'm not saying you know what I mean, you haven't got to kick your partner out the door, but I'm just saying, just, it's the mind, it's whatever's in your mind, this constantly going around in your mind. I want to get pregnant, I want to get pregnant, I want to start a family, I want to start a family, I want to do it now, I want to do it now, blah blah. So it's just saying, that's a red flag, okay, coming in, saying this is a message for you then to say, don't have that in your head consumed all the time. Carry on with the trying, etc., and just roll with it, guys. Just roll with it, because I do feel as we go through the month of October, obviously here, you know, you're in a loving relationship, and obviously you are trying, you know, to have this, you know, to get pregnant. But with the wombat spirit here, for you guys, it's just saying to break this cycle that you have been going through, this constantly, and it's a cycle of disappointment as well, you know, because going from one month to another and then realising, you know, oh, I haven't actually got pregnant, and then it's all that, you know, it can pull you back into a dark place, okay, it can pull you back into a dark place, but it's saying just keep going forward, okay? Don't let it consume your headspace as much as it has. It's just to say you need to try and dull the constant churning it round in your head. Okay, this is what I'm feeling. It's like it's continually going round in your head of the, oh no, I'm not playing again. Oh no, I'm not playing. And then it's like this desperation of like, you know, keep trying, and it's like consuming you. It's consuming you, you know, can be consuming your mind 24/7. So if you sort of release that, okay, just accept what's happening around you and just go with the flow. Because as I said, with the lady who I heard on YouTube, and it's driving me mad, guys, because I can't think of her first name, but I know it's BERNSTEIN, and she did the universe oracle that I use in some of my readings, so you'll be able to pick up the name. But I'll put the link of her. Actually, I'll put the link. What I'll do is I'll find the link that I listened to about what she did on her show. She stood in front of an audience, and she actually, the message is brilliant, guys, what she portrayed across. And really, it stands for anything and everything. When you desperately want something so much, you can want it too much, that the universe will just hold the clock on it and say, well, you know, no, it's not going to happen now. It has to happen in divine timing. And this whole message that she put out to this audience that she stood on the stage to, you know, wearing her heart on her sleeve, really, and saying to her about this pregnancy journey of hers. Okay, so I will find that link and I will put it underneath, and you'll be able to listen to that. But this is the message that I was getting on the other side of the coin. Okay, so not to completely lose you all then, on the first side we had some of my Taurians who, you know, going through the repeated cycle of the fear factor, flying too far to somebody, don't want to get burned, retract back, and then they create their own dry desert within the love area. But as you go through, guys, in October, I do feel there's a connection there with somebody quite special. And for you, for the first time, I do think some of my Taurians are going to go, you know, break that cycle and carry on forward and actually get into a relationship there. And I do pick up a good vibe on that. And then obviously on the other side, I've just got this, you know, this person. And like I say, if I'm not speaking directly to the Taurian here, it could be, you know, a cross-watcher. It could be, you know, your daughter, your niece, or where, you know, whatever. That's somebody within your, you know, unit, friends, that you know, somebody who's desperately trying, you know, keep trying to have a child, trying to get pregnant, and they're just feeling in a bit of, you know, despair of, you know, why is this happening, you know, and in such a lovely relationship with a partner. But it's just saying, with the moth spirit here, guys, it's a red flag to say, you know, don't let it consume you. Don't let it take over your life, because just go with the flow. And as I say, I will drop that link below so you can have a listen to that YouTube link. And like I say, that link, guys, covers every aspect where people are trying for different things in their life. We can try and we can try and manifest too hard. So yeah, I will drop that link, because like I say, it's not only just covering the pregnancy aspect here, it can cover every aspect, guys. So what I'm going to do now is just give these runes a little shake up for you, and just draw out one of these and just see. There's 24 runes in here, and like I said previously, it's been a long time since I've worked with these, and I do want to sort of incorporate them in my readings a little bit further, as in full spreads and using quite a few of the stones. But today I'm just drawing one significant stone out for you, just to tie up this animal totem spirit. So I'll just give these a big round then, Taurus, and have a look what we've got. So for you here, which is a brilliant rune stone that's come out for you, the actual proper name for it is Algiz, or Algiz. It's Algiz. But as I said, I'll put a link underneath about explaining about the runes, and they've been going, as I said, since 100 AD for all different means and uses. But for you guys, this coming out for you in your reading today, it's about protection, really, about protecting your own feelings, and it can also mean about you retracting and sheltering yourself from other people. So for the Taurines, as I said, with the cycle of, you know, meeting somebody and then sort of being drawn and retracting back, okay, that's like your self-protection there, because you've got this fear factor from being hurt in a you know, in previous relationship, and it's about that's the protection that you put around yourself. Okay, so it's just to be aware there that, you know, you've got this cycle going on where it's this self-protection, but it can be protecting yourself too much through the fear factor. And obviously, on the side where I was on about the person who's trying desperately, you know, to get pregnant, then the protection there for you guys, and the shelter aspect there, it's to shelter your own thoughts and feelings here. It's to try and protect you from completely saturating your head and completely it's the emotional side of it, really, you know, because you are going to get disappointed, aren't you? You know, if you're finding you're not getting pregnant and you're doing the tests every month and oh gosh, here we go again, I'll never get pregnant. And it's protecting you from those negative thoughts, guys. That's what I want to say. It's protecting you from those negative thoughts. So please, yeah, like I say, please listen to the link below, because it covers, you know, if you can't take anything from the read that I've said here, that link below with that Bernstein person that I was mentioning about, it covers for everybody. It's a message for everybody, so I will put that down. It's worth a listen. So my lovely Taurians, I hope you can take something from that read. And as I said, what I'm going to do in the future on some of my reads here, I'll just show you these runes actually, what some of them look like. They've all got different symbols on them, and you can actually do guys, spreads with them of past, present and future reads. So that's what I'm going to try and incorporate on my next monthly read. I will bring these rune stones into it, and I may also tie it in with the ribbons with that as well, because I like to keep it a little bit different if I can, than you know, bringing different elements into it. So yeah, Taurus, I hope you can take something with that, and I look forward to reading to you next time. Take care then, bye.